Well, hi Aries, welcome to Universal Guidance Tarot. It is time for your weekly reading. I've shuffled these cards very well. I'm going to shuffle them just a few more times. This is a two-part reading. The overall energy of this reading will be in the middle of the first part of the reading. So Aries, let's find out what you can expect coming up in your life. If this reading resonates, it's probably your reading. If it doesn't resonate, it probably is not your reading, and I would check your moon sign, because your moon sign is your private and emotional self. All cards are male or female. We are reading the energies from these cards, as well as the zodiac signs. But the energies are what's most important in the readings. So, the overall energy of this reading is the Six of Cups. There's a soulmate around you. This soulmate you might have known since childhood, college years, but you've definitely known them in another life. This is like, it's a young soulmate card, so it's like the beginnings of a relationship, or it's showing the sweetness of the relationship. There's a flower in the cup. This is the only cup that's allowed to have anything in it, and it still be a sincere cup of love. Cups of love in the tarot deck. This surrounds your entire reading. And up here in your highest energy is the Fool. So, these are the two highest energy cards in your reading, Aries. The Fool. The Fool is like, you know, dancing along with your head in the clouds, throwing caution to the wind. It's a very joyful card. It's carefree. But the thing is somebody always ends up looking forward instead of up. So like this Fool, you see the Fool's coming to the edge of a cliff, coming to a place where you're going to have to make some sort of decision, or something is going to have to happen, because when the Fool starts to look forward, they're looking more towards the Pentacles rather than the Wands, so to speak. So the Pentacles now are about security, stability, what does the future look like? Because looking up in the clouds, you're not even thinking about the future, you're just thinking in the moment. So there's a soulmate you have a relationship with, and and right next to the Fool card, like I said, you're starting to look at the Pentacles. The Pentacles are about security, stability, groundedness, the future, and the Page of Pentacles actually holds that pentacle as if it's like a crystal ball. So you are looking at the future, and it has to do with this soulmate that you've had this carefree relationship with. I mean, everybody's seeing you as a couple. This is how it's going right now. It's like, you know, when they say your name, they say their name. So it's all these wands coming up are people who are celebrating your success in love. And there has been success in this relationship as far as that goes. It can be a card of engagement. Let's just keep reading. Under the Fool card is the Page of Cups. So the Page of Cups is next to the Six of Cups and under the Fool card. Looking at that crystal ball there and having the Page of Cups show up next to the Six of Cups, I'm thinking that you are starting to wonder about the love. I think you are getting love for this person more than you maybe thought that would be happening. And you're wondering if you are getting love back. It's like, see, this cup has a fish in it. There's not a lot of room for love in that cup. Maybe this is how you're feeling. You might be having your doubts about your feelings for them, and whether it might all have to do with the Pentacle, on how secure and stable they can be in this relationship. This is a card for Pisces only because there's a fish in the cup. So Pisces might be strong in your chart or around this reading someplace. But this Fool energy usually, you know, it only does bring in the Page of Cups because it's so carefree. You know, it's so much like living in the moment every day. But you're changing the way you're looking at this relationship. I have the Eight of Swords next to the Six of Cups and under the Six of Wands. The Eight of Swords is about, now you've been in this, it feels like you've been in this relationship for a while. It feels like you haven't really like decided whether to move out of it or stay in it. There's a lot of truth and clarity all around you about this relationship that you can't see, that you don't know. But you aren't really stuck like it looks like. Your feet aren't bound, your mouth isn't bound. You can speak to them, you can ask for help, you can walk out, you can turn around, you can figure out all kinds of things in order to see that truth and clarity here. So I feel like you just are like moving forward kind of blindly here with the Fool, and you are in a place of wondering about the security and stability of this relationship right now. That's where we are right now. So I have the Three of Wands under the Page of Cups. Yeah, you're holding on to a staff of fresh starts and new beginnings here. There's 3 ships out there. And this is the card of waiting for your ship to come in, okay? So you're kind of wondering, are they your ship or do you need to look elsewhere? You're not seeing the truth and the clarity of this relationship. So you're kind of in limbo. It feels like you're kind of in limbo now on whether or not to stay in this relationship. Next to, or search for another one that's better suited for you. Next to the Three of Wands is the Eight of Pentacles. And the Eight of Pentacles, see, this is, like I said, this is where you're going, is you want to work on, build on the relationship. But I kind of feel like this other person may not be feeling the same way or not giving you those signs that they want to work and build on the relationship. So you're more than willing to. But I think you're having your doubts about them being in on this relationship. Because, see, they need to come out of that Fool energy, too, in order for this to move forward. So next to the Eight of Pentacles here, I have the Queen of Wands. The Queen of Wands is fire energy. There you are, Aries. This is you. This is Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius. You might have Leo or Sagittarius in your chart also someplace. Or Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius might be strong in somebody else's chart too in this reading. The Queen of Wands, though, this is your energy of holding on to that staff that you like in this Three of Wands, of fresh starts and new beginnings. You're a very passionate person at heart. It's like wherever you put your heart, you put your love. That's why the Queen of Wands is holding like a flower for gardens, and then there's an animal for like pets or wildlife, however you want to look at it. But you're very passionate, and you do want to move forward. And you are willing to work on this relationship, but I think you're having your doubts on whether they're going to come out of this Fool energy that the relationship started with, which was very sweet, by the way, and they are a soulmate. But you're kind of like, you're really wondering what the future holds with this person, or if you need to look elsewhere. Okay, so I have the Hermit up here, which is a card for Virgo. So Virgo might be strong in your chart or someone else's chart around this reading. A very spiritual card. It's like you spend time alone. When you're alone by yourself, they might leave you alone by yourself sometimes. But this is, the Hermit's trying to shine a lantern. You're looking for your path forward. I already knew that, that you're looking for your path forward. You're wondering which route, what way to go forward in your life. The Hermit hears you, the universe hears you. So he's shining the lantern on some factors involved in this reading. There might be some advice. I don't see the advice around the Hermit this time, but I do see the Hermit shining the lantern on the Six of Wands. So this is something for you to consider, that everybody's seeing you as a couple. This makes it harder to move forward if with them or without them, either way. So you really want to be more stable and secure. You want to ground this relationship. The Page of Swords is on the other side of the Hermit. So your sword is going up, and it's going up in self-protection. It's like, you know, if they can't come out of this full energy and start to look forward with you, you might have to swing that sword and cut them out of your life. But you're only on guard right here. And so you're paying close attention to a lot of things, like what they say, what they do, because, you know, you're wanting to move forward and you don't know if they do. Next to the Page of Swords, this is the Two of Pentacles. I mean, taking those pentacles, it's like one day you kind of have hope that this relationship is going to be more solid and move forward, and the next day your hopes are dashed. Yeah, it's pretty confusing. You're juggling your thoughts around here on whether or not this relationship can move forward. So your guard is up. Under the Hermit is the Two of Swords. Right next to the Eight of Swords, too. Well, the Hermit, it's right under the Hermit, is saying that, you know, you've kind of been not dealing with this situation, okay? I think this is like I said, you've been in this situation, you've been feeling like they're not in this relationship as much as you are, you haven't been dealing with it, so now you're coming to this place of wanting to protect yourself, protect your heart from getting any deeper into this relationship. Your blindfolds on, you have not been dealing with these feelings that you've been having. And it's because you don't want your heart broken. See, your arms are across your heart there. So you're trying to protect yourself by not dealing with it. But you know what happens. We usually end up having to deal with things because you can't just go through life not dealing with things. And I think part of it is you didn't want to run them off because you do have feelings for them. They are a soulmate. You do have a connection. Next to the Two of Swords is the Nine of Pentacles. And this is under the Page of Swords. I think you feel, this can be Virgo, Taurus, or Capricorn. So one of those, you know, that gives us two for Virgo. But the energy of this card is about being single, self-confident, being grounded, by being single on their own. And I think this is them. And I think that you think that they just want to stay and remain single, and you want to move forward. Your guard is up, and it is about, you know, making this relationship more grounded. Yeah, you kind of been going through it in your head about this, not really dealing with the situation, which is a situation for you, might not be for them. The Ten of Swords, it's going to come to an end. Something's going to happen here. All this confusion, all this juggling, all this not dealing with the situation, not speaking your truth, not knowing the truth, it's all going to come to an end. And it's going to be about where they want to go in forward. Do they want to move forward with you? Because you're really getting the fire under your feet, like you want to move forward. So you got to have this talk. Swords can be conversation too, and they're all about truth and clarity. Well, look, you are moving forward. So I do feel like you're going to let the blindfold down. You are going to drop the swords. You're going to open your heart and speak your truth. And I think this is going to allow you to move forward with whoever this is. I think you're going to find out their truth. That moving away from rocky waters towards smoother, calmer, more peaceful waters. This is moving forward. Six of Swords. It's not easy because, you know, this boat's being pushed by a pole. There's no motor. So you push yourself forward. You push yourself into this place of getting to the truth about, you know, are they willing to work on this relationship? Are they willing to move forward with you? Well, it looks like they will be, because I have the World card right under the Nine of Pentacles and right next to the Six of Swords. And the World card is a card for a new life cycle. So I think they will be willing to. I think this communication is really going to help. You're going to learn more truth, a lot more truth. you're going to be able to move forward, and you're moving right towards a new life cycle, and it is under their energy of you wondering if they just want to stay single. And then we have the Ace of Wands. So the Ace of Wands, you know, this new life cycle is all about a fresh start, a new beginning. It's under the Ten of Swords, putting an end to all the juggling of thoughts, you know, of not knowing how secure or stable this relationship is. But this is just blooming. This new life cycle that's coming in is a whole new fresh start. I think you're going to let all these other energies go. You're going to be able to. I need to see the bottom card. Let's look. Oh, the Tower. Ooh. Oh, so the Tower goes right here. Yeah. So the Hermit knows. You are like on the verge. See, your sword is up here. You're guarding. You're wondering if you should look out there to see if there's somebody else that's better suited for you, because you just wonder whether or not they're committable or grounded. They want to proceed in a relationship with you. So the Tower moment is here. So the Hermit, they know that you're thinking about blowing up this relationship. You know, if they don't want to be seen, if they don't want to be engaged, if they don't want to, engaged in the relationship, or they don't want to, you know, move forward in this relationship with you, you will blow it up. Page of Swords, on guard. So the universe knows that. But they're shining the lantern on the Six of Wands, right on it. So I feel like there is hope for this relationship. But I feel like the hope comes from the communication. And I feel like it's kind of a steady, slow pace in moving forward right toward that new life cycle and that fresh start that you're holding on to here as a Queen of Wands. So, yeah, I think it feels like patience is needed in this relationship. I feel like the two of you are moving at two different paces in the relationship, but I feel like you are moving forward. If you just be honest and truthful about your feelings, I think that you can work something out. That's how it feels to me, rather than blowing up, because this Tower is not on the Page of Swords. It's on the Hermit. And I think the Hermit just knows that you're in a place, it feels like, of should I blow up the relationship or stay in it and move forward? You're kind of that Two of Pentacles, you know. It's like, what do I do here? So it seems to me you just need to open up. You need to be honest about your feelings and try to find out where they are in the relationship and see if there's some, you know, like, to see if you can work on this and move forward. And it looks to me like you can if you have a mature and honest conversation with this individual. Wow. Okay, Aries, this is your reading. And thank you for watching Universal Guidance Tarot.